Welcome to the Craze in 10 or less. This is where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under, and if I don't, I lied. So, why do you need a media kit? Let's talk about it. So why do you need a media kit? Why do you need a press kit? What's the relevance? Why is it important to you, your brand, your craft, your artwork, whatever it is? Here is an example of a press kit that I did many moons ago. And if you see here, and I'll put it up on the screen highlighting it, but you see for the press, licensing, the future, and you have some characters. And that image right there with those characters was done by a fantastic artist, Hector Rodriguez, who actually illustrated Mandy Pandy and the Curfew for me, and did this piece here. He is just cray, really good. So in this book, press, the world is talking about duty. So that was the hook, right? And this wasn't a for sale book. This was specifically for media, for agents, for management, for Hollywood,
Hello.
for the attorneys, for potential licensing. And the second heading was licensing. Interested in a property? Look inside. And the future. What's next for Samuel Vera? And there's also all new collector's cards. So in this book, I opened up with the fact that There's Nail in My Toilet was in Barnes & Noble's, Borders, Libris, BiggerBooks.com, Amazon, eCampus, the Book Depository, Blackwell Tile Books, and I have a couple of quotes from Karen Evora, who was with Wizard Magazine at the time. This is great. I love it. When she read the book. And from Andy Schmidt, editor at Marvel Comics, you accomplished what most independents struggle with, and that's tell a good story, right? And that was with regards to Disney in My Toilet. And there were some slides from the animated promo that we were doing in 3D. And then here, basically, it's like a treatment. It had the covers of every issue and the premise of each issue. In the back of the book had featured a lot of the fans who purchased the book at the time. But everything you want to know about every property that I created, whether it was Forbidden, whether it was Cosmic Wars, whether it was ARG, whether it was Herman, and all of the licensing potential in these books. Now, if you're just an illustrator and you just want to get work as an illustrator drawing somebody else's stuff, then this isn't for you. If you are a content creator, right? I think Marvin the Martian used to see that. I will zap you with my something annihilator or whatever.
Oh, goody! My Illudium Q36 explosive space modulator.
Anyway, if you're a content creator, a brand, and you're trying to expand on your brand, and you're trying to get recognition, and you're trying to pitch it because you want to get some sort of licensing deal, you want to get a book deal or a film deal or a toy deal, whatever it is, then this segment is for you. When I entered the game many moons ago, I realized very early on that my audience wasn't just the people at the conventions. My audience was the people that had the power to make things happen. So I was looking to speak to them in their language, which is why I did Licensing Expo. Because I put a lot of energy and hard work into creating the brand, the books and the stories, and I knew that they had commercial potential. But who cares what I knew? No one else knew. So I needed to get it out there. So what I did was I tested the product in the market, right, at conventions. And I did, 15, 20 conventions a year. I was on the road a lot. And then I got it into the hands of critics. And the reviews were amazing, right, consistently. So I knew that I had a finger on something, but everything I was doing was on a small scale level. So I needed to get out there. So I needed something that was going to speak for me to the audience that I didn't have access to. Right? You don't have access to these licensing agents. You don't have access to these Hollywood moguls, right? You have to go through several channels, and who are these people? They're faceless and nameless until you get to know them. So I knew that I needed to save a lot of money and do the big show. This isn't a typical convention. This is going to cost you what a full exhibitor booth would cost at San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con. This isn't a small press booth. This is like a full exhibitor booth. I mean, the amount of money you have to spend. If you have a gold, platinum card, a Discover or a MasterCard, you're going to blow the whole thing. But it was worth it, right? So, but that was just the show. But we're talking about the press kit. So this was would allow me to speak to that audience. So I would have it at every show in a bag. So I have about a dozen copies in my bag. So when you have somebody and they present their business card, hey, I am with Warner Brothers and we're here looking for new content, and I noticed Duty, or I noticed Cosmic Wars. Do you have anything that I can take with me? Why, I'm glad you asked, because yes, I do. Bam. So I paid to have this printed in full color, and it basically has my treatment, has everything in this. My contact information, everything about the characters you want to know, everything about me that you need to know, and it had it readily available. And I would have a folder. I would have envelopes with samples of books. So if they were interested in one specific category, say like Duty, I'd had folders with a copy of the book with the press kit, and a bookmark and some a print, whatever, so they could see the diversity of that character and all that product. And it allowed me to network and get to know these people, and at least to start the dialogue, which is critical. If you're a content creator, not just a freelance writer or freelance artist. So it's important that you are prepared for the unexpected. So I used to always ask myself, what if I ran into somebody who can change my life like that? Let us ponder. I'm not prepared. Oh, hell no, I need to be prepared. Boy, you better get your thing straight. So I said, let's go out. Let me put a press kit together, a media pack kit together, so that when it does happen, nine times out of 10, the person with the business card the executive that's standing out at your table, they are surprised as hell that you even have one. I could tell you every single person that approached me and was looking for something, and I pulled this out, they were like, well, what? No. How'd you know about? Wow. That's impressive. Like Todd McFarlane says, the devil's in the details. The devil's in the details, buddy. You need to be ready for that moment where your life can change. You never know where it's going to be, whether it's at a coffee shop. I have one of these bad boys in my bag no matter what. So whether you're at a gas station, where you're at a ball game, you're at a restaurant, you run into somebody, you hear a conversation, you hear them talking about the development of something, or you hear them talk about, that next acquisition of some cartoon or film, whatever, and you're like, oh, wait. And that person gets up and goes over to the bar or goes over to the bathroom. That's your cue. Hey, I couldn't help but overhearing, by the way, I'm a content creator. I have this packet. I know you're at dinner, or I know you're at the movies or whatever. I can give it to you. Let me know, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. So that's the craze in 10 or less. Are you ready for that moment where your life can change? I don't know. Maybe this helped. Maybe it didn't. Maybe you think I'm crazy. It worked for me. I'm saying the Crazy Man Vera. This is the Craze in 10 or less. I will see you soon. Stop over to iCreateStories.com, where we are hosting the best art challenge there is. You get to win some prizes. iCreateStories.com. See you later. Peace.